In this lesson, I'll show you how to properly open, begin, and save a new sketch in Sketchbook Pro. To begin, let's open a new drawing file. Now, since we have one that's already open, you can always go back to File and select New. But in this case, we have a new file, so it's not necessary to do that. Let's go ahead and move our cursor down to the user interface lagoon and select the pencil. Now again, as we've discussed in earlier lessons, you can also select the tool from your toolbox. Okay, so we'll leave that up also as an option. So let's go ahead and select the pencil. Now let's go ahead and double click on the pencil editor, and this will allow us to take a look at the type of pencil we want to start with. Now, since we're starting a drawing and we're not quite sure what we want, let's go ahead and use a harder pencil with a lighter lead, and that'll allow us to make a drawing with very light pencil lines. Let's go ahead and create another cube. And again, try to make your cube so that it doesn't have too much convergence. And if you'd like, you can also draw it as if it was transparent. Okay, as your cube is completed, go to the user interface, go to Edit, and select Lasso Select. Anchor your lasso and select your cube. Move back down to Edit, Copy. Okay, drag to copy. While you're down there, paste. Go ahead and move the cube above the existing cube. Let's repeat that. Let's paste another one. This time let's move just above the one that we replaced in that position. And let's deselect. Now when you deselect, just go ahead and hit outside the drawing. So let's go ahead and do that again. See how it was selected? And I just clicked outside of the drawing. Now, to maximize our time, let's go ahead and select two cubes. Let's go to Edit, Copy, Paste. And let's connect one in the front. Let's go back to Edit, Paste, another one in the front. So we have a row of 3 sets of double cubes. Let's go ahead and deselect and lasso select all of this so we can bring this drawing closer to the foreground. And let's go ahead and lasso select down below the smaller cube. Now you notice how I'm only selecting a part of it. It's because that's the part that I want to have visible. I'm going to move that directly underneath the other cube. And while it's selected, I'm going to paste another one on the other side of the front cube. Okay, let's go ahead and go on the upper part of the user interface to remove and zoom canvas so we can zoom out a little bit and position the drawing so that we have a little room in this area to create the handle. Go ahead and select your pencil tool again and create a destination point over here on the lower left, another one at the base of those cubes, and we're going to draw a line connecting those 2 points. We're going to create another point just above the last point we drew and collect another line connecting those 2 points. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and take our eraser. Let's go ahead and select our hard eraser. Now if your eraser happens to be really small, click on your resize brush utility and resize it so that you can remove some lines. Now there are 2 ways you can do this. You can go ahead and erase out the lines that you don't want. Or another way of doing it is going back to the user interface and selecting your lasso select tool and lasso select the areas that you want to remove. Go ahead and select those, and you can go to your keyboard and hit delete, and those lines will be removed. Okay, so while we're doing this, let's go ahead and use our lasso select. Let's select all those lines on the inside and hit delete button. And we'll go ahead and select these lines. Once those are selected, remove those. Now you're starting to see something that kind of looks like a wagon, but we're not quite there yet. However, you can see how easily we were able to develop that shape or that geometry by simply starting with a cube, and how we were able to multiply that cube across the top of our original cube and down below it.